It takes 10 minutes to launch Memecoins, 1 hour for it to take off, then it's just limited by the grid.
If I come in as a retail newbie, I don't know what's going on with the meme coins. It's the Wild West and you're shooting from the hip. That's why you plug into Memento.
Yes. Memento is a trading and analytics platform powered by AI. We provide trading tools, sniping tools, and it's evolving every day. It really gives you an edge because in the market, everything is about the speed. Even 1 second can be defining.
What is the state of the union of meme coins?
It's still a new market, so it has to mature in some way to get to its final stage. As we always say, it's all about the education.
You believe that the greatest marketing is a great product. Am I saying that right?
You can spend hundreds of thousands for marketing. If it's not about the product, if it's not providing value, then you will just burn the money.
How do you think Memento is going to evolve this year?
I can tell you for sure that we will stay on top of the market in the next few years, and we will be introducing new tools, and we'll be just working to provide the best infrastructure for people, for other projects. We want to go as high as possible, and we want to be a long-term project.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs. Sharing our vulnerability. Overcoming our fears. Transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Nikita Uriupin, the entrepreneur, marketing expert, problem solver, and Web3 pioneer. You are the CEO of Momento, an AI-powered platform that identifies high-potential meme coins by providing detailed analysis, scam detection, and investment insights. You say that meme coins aren't just speculation, they represent the fastest product-market fit in crypto history. You're also seeing a fundamental shift in how blockchain projects reach mass adoption, how engagement mechanics are evolving, and why product-led marketing is overtaking influencer-driven hype. Unlike previous cycles dominated by VC funding and paid marketing, you say we are moving towards grassroots engagement, gamified participation, and product-led strategies as the real drivers of success. Nikita, welcome to London Real in Dubai.
Thank you. Great to be here.
It's great to have you, and I want to start by saying that Memento is one of our portfolio companies here at London Real Ventures, the world's first media-powered investment firm, where our mission is to transform the world by investing in cutting-edge Web3 and AI companies, while giving our partners marketing exposure across the London Real media platforms and academies. We heighten awareness, create customers, and build communities by leveraging our global audience and extensive network. Nikita, we're super excited to be part of this journey with you. So let's jump in. What is Memento?
Yeah, so Memento is a trading and analytics platform powered by AI. So initially we started as a some kind of a scanner for different layers of data in Memecoins, specifically Memecoins, because there are so many scams in the space, and we just wanted to make sure we give the users as much data as possible based on the analytics we're getting from holders, from their on-chain data, and just put it in one place. And when we started testing the product with the end user, we realized that they want to apply that into trading right away. So that's where the shift happened, and we turned more into the infrastructure for trading. And right now, we're the fastest bot and provider on Solana. We have the best nodes. We provide trading tools, sniping tools, copy trading, and it's evolving every day because the space is so fast-paced, and we just have to adapt every single day, because when the market is that quick, you just have to take over the user every single day, because there are so many products, so many tools, so many meme coins, and it's just, it never stops. And you have to go there and grab them over and over again. So that's what we do on a daily basis.
I mean, it really is a jungle out there when it comes to crypto in general for the average newbie, or even for someone who's been in the market.
Especially now.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you add in meme coins, which are, 10x even crazier. They're dropping all the time. They're almost always anonymous parties. There's sniping involved. There's pumping. There's dumping. It's just crazy. And there's very few tools out there to even know what's going on. Most people don't even know what sniping is, that it exists. And, I kind of barely know, because I know some people in the industry and I listen to what they're doing, but I always know, look, I worked on Wall Street for 15 years, and the traders on Wall Street, they have got so many tricks up their sleeve that when the average consumer comes in, they can run circles around them. And if I know that's true on Wall Street, on meme coins, if you're at the cutting edge, you're probably always coming up with the next thing.
It's the Wild
Next
West.
thing. Yeah, it's the Wild West, and you're shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
And so let's start off and tell me, what is the state of the union of meme coins? I don't think anybody expected 2024 to be kind of the year of meme coins, but it really was, I say. It seems like things have cooled off a little bit since maybe Trump and Melania and Libra on Solana. Maybe you can talk about that. And I'm also curious if you think they're coming back. I think a lot of people don't understand meme coins. There's that famous influencer named Murad in the community who did that speech, I think, at Token last year, where he really gave a different perspective as what is a meme coin. And it's not necessarily hype, it's not necessarily gambling, it's a whole community and human element. So how do you explain those to people? What is a meme coin, and why do you say it's the best product market fit in history? I've never heard that statement before.
It's the fastest product market fit because it takes 10 minutes to launch the token. It takes 1 hour for it to take off, and then it's just limited by the grid.
Right. And 4 more hours for someone to get rich and other people to left crying.
Of course.
Okay.
And it's unregulated. Like you said, it's a Wild West, similar to what was going on in the NFT market when high net worth people just who had access to the capital invested huge amounts into the community building, and that's how they just utilize the retail market to take as much money as possible out of it.
Right. We saw the same thing where a celebrity would drop a 10,000 contract.
Very similar.
Right.
Very similar case to NFTs when a lot of celebrities had to apologize later on, and we see the very same picture in here.
And now people were dropping meme coins on the celebrities' names and not even getting the celebrity involved.
Yeah.
So it even got a few iterations weirder. Welcome to crypto, right?
Yeah. And talking about Murad and all the people who are saying that meme coins are going to be big, I don't think so. He's portfolio is 90% down
Okay.
since token 2049. And that's the market. This is a fact, and we live with it. We have to live with it because the market changed so much. I'm talking to the VCs who invested in my projects before, who I'm still working with right now. All of the VCs are going liquid, so they're not investing much in vestings anymore. So, and that's the situation that was just built by the current market of meme coins. The whole liquidity is sucked out of utility projects, and it's horrible because currently the market is built around the grid, and retail is coming in, and a lot of people were very happy about the inflows of new money coming in into crypto, but it's not that type of money that goes into utility and really understands how the market works. So the problem here is they come into the market, they lose money, and there is a lot of negative information about the space going out there. So yeah, like I said, that's a very similar situation to what we saw in NFTs, and there was a huge damage to Web3 space. It was back then, and it is now, because you cannot blame people for that. They come in because it's broadcasted as a get-rich-quick scheme.
But there's also 100 amazing utility-driven projects, and of course, the new consumer wants to buy the meme coin. So you kind of can't blame them, but then the choices they make as newbies, by definition, is on the meme coin, when in fact you could invest in an L1 or an L2 or something with long-term view, but they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, as we always say, it's all about the education, right? And it was like that for the past, since the Bitcoin was live, everyone is saying that we have to educate people about crypto. And we have to educate people why meme coins are.
Now, you don't believe meme coins have a long-term potential here? You don't think they're going to be big?
I think as any other trend, like NFTs. NFTs are not dead. There are utility projects who are still around, and I think this is the case for meme coins, like properly backed projects that are not abandoned within the first month, as we see, like 99.9% of the projects are being just abandoned, and obviously it's very complicated for the founders or devs, how they call themselves in meme coins. It's hard for them to still be working on the project if they cashed everything out. The price is just close to zero.
It's interesting because we've been in this market for 4 years now, and when we were here all through the bear market. We've invested through the bear market and kept teaching and broadcasting. But I remember looking at Doge and Shiba, and they never moved really from their ranking. It was always like number 6 and number 11 on CoinMarketCap all the way through, and then they've stayed there. And so you can't say meme coins are dead or pointless, because the strong ones with communities, they outlasted a lot of projects.
It's all about the community.
Yeah. And so meme coins, it's weird because they all get wrapped into one word. Just like NFT is a terrible word, because non-fungible token it's a real thing.
Yeah.
But if anybody says NFT to me now on a pitch call, I pretty much throw them off Zoom, because you've just lost me and you've lost all your credibility by even saying those 3 letters. Meme coins, they're not all the same, right? You can't compare, Doge to something on Pump.fun that spiked and is now worth nothing, right? So there's something there, right? A great community is what people are looking for, but you have to invest in that over the long term.
Yeah, it's still a new market, so it has to mature in some way to get to its final stage. But right now we still see a lot of activity in the meme coin space. Pump.fun just launched their own DEX, and it made 500 million in 3 days of volume, and it's just ridiculous.
Okay. What's its market cap or FTV?
Honestly, I don't even know. I just checked the volumes yesterday.
Okay.
It was something between 500 and 600 million.
Okay.
And
that didn't spike and crash.
yeah, and it's going to grow because their share of the market is just enormous.
Okay. How much can we blame Pump.fun for the last 3 to 6 months? I mean, they made dropping a meme coin so easy. Maybe you say too easy, but then again, it's hard to blame people. Like, I'm a free speech advocate. And I was at Solana Breakpoint in Singapore last year, and I bumped into this guy there, and he said, you know what, Brian, people give Solana a hard time because of all the garbage here. But he said, at the end of the day, it's free speech. And, and if you go to Base won't allow you to do this and this and this, but like, that's not expression. And so we should be allowed to express ourselves. And so you can't really blame Pump.fun for creating something that people want to use.
I think they're great.
Right, you think they're great. Right, but if they didn't exist, you probably wouldn't have seen the madness that we saw. So what is your take on all that? And will Pump.fun continue to exist? Or is the party over for meme coins?
I think they will still exist. And as we can see, they're building new ways to keep people in. And
like DEX.
Yeah, DEX, it's just letting them take even more profits from the market. And they're just using the momentum. And I think from the founder perspective, it's a great approach. And we're trying to do the same. Like we're trying to minimize the chance of being scammed for people with analytics, but we're still providing a lot of tools to trade and just to be on top of the market. And in some way, it lets you, it's giving you the edge over the rest of the retail, and in some way, it's protecting you too.
That's what Momento is doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that I want to invest and trade and play in crypto. If you want to be in one of the most volatile, exciting places, you're going to have to be in meme coins. So let's say you want to play there. Then that's why you plug into Memento. Because if I come in as a retail newbie or even an experienced retail person in crypto, like, I don't know what's going on with the meme coins. I hear some weird name, it gets launched, there's no time to do any due dil. It's probably impossible to do it myself. I log on to Memento and you start looking at the activity, right? You got AI-powered pieces that are looking at who owns it, who's buying it, all the things that are going on, right? And that allows me to make intelligent decisions. What are some of the things going on with a meme coin launch that the average person wouldn't know that Memento can help them discern?
Obviously, you cannot tell that something is 100% safe, especially in the market, but there are red flags, like
what?
The supply being sniped.
Okay, what does sniping mean?
Yeah, it means automatic purchase of large amounts of supply right at the launch of the token.
Right, usually bot driven.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
Okay, so I'll try to explain this to the average person. So the meme coin launches, and in the initial stages, it usually launches at fair value, which is near zero, right?
Yeah.
And so the initial buyers obviously have the most upside. Now, if it goes nowhere, then it's going to go nowhere, but you'd rather buy low than buy later. And so these bots come in and they snipe, which means they try to buy a bunch of it as soon as possible. And you probably need a bot to do that because a human can't go that fast.
We're providing it too.
Okay, you're doing that too.
We're doing both sides.
Right, and then the idea is that then later, sometimes minutes or hours, they're going to sell after the humans come in and create the hype. And that's called sniping, and they take that initial spread, and that's where a lot of the money is. And if they're really effective, they'll crash the price back down and kill the whole project.
Yeah.
So sniping can kill your project, even if you have good intentions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And it doesn't mean the devs, so the founders of the projects are doing that. Like, if someone, let's say you're launching Brian token, and you will tell me, I'm launching it tomorrow. Here, take a look. Now I know that you have a token, and I know that you have access to proper marketing. And I will tell my friends, and it goes like that. And someone will snipe it,
okay,
and someone will dump on you.
Right.
Even
and then
before
all get blamed.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. And I've seen it multiple times, even with the
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the investment club.
Projects with good teams, docs teams, who did that, and they were just screwed over by their own partners, because it's greed, 100% greed, and that's the market. It's very risky, but the reward there is huge. And you gotta understand as a user that it's a gamble, because I see many influencers who you would think you promote the token, you have the insider info, but they still go to zero at some point because they start gambling. And you gotta be very careful, because sometimes there are parts of the launch that you cannot control, like sniping, because you can snipe, but you have options that someone else is there and you just cannot control it. Why a lot of founders are still sticking to utility projects, even though the market is horrible for it. The liquidity is not there, the tokens are down, but I don't think it will last forever. We've been through a couple of bear markets. I've been through the bear markets myself, and even though it feels like crypto is going up, all the institutionals are buying crypto. Trump is talking about crypto, but still it's not in the best shape right now.
Why is that?
Because of this shift in Memecoin trading. Honestly, I have no idea what is the direction we are going towards in terms of how the tables will turn over time, because I don't think VCs and investors will go back to the old approach in terms of the long wastings, 2-3 years. We saw that it's not working. Investors are losing money anyway, because the retail is selling. It's a very long time for uneducated person to hold the investment. Now all of the VCs are holding their investments for such a long period of time. It's not traditional finance. With your background in traditional finance, you probably know that it takes a lot of time to get good returns. In crypto, it's a different case. You can take profits in a month.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and it's hard not to do so.
Okay. So you think memes are going to come back, because we've seen after, you probably argue that the Libra launch on Solana, which was the token that was associated with Javier Milei of Argentina and some people in Asia, that probably was the last big launch. It sucked a lot of liquidity out. It probably burned a lot of people. And we haven't seen really a big meme coin launch since then. Maybe, first of all, you can maybe speak on that. And also, do you think that we will see a comeback? Will meme coins get big again in 25? Will Pump.fun start doing more volumes again? Is this something that's here to stay?
We need more people. I'm not sure that we need those people, but for this market to come back, have to be people similar to the ones who pushed Libra, who have access to those influencers, to the views of huge masses of people.
Right, because they were new to crypto, a lot of those buyers. And of course, their first time, they get
Yeah, and the question is, what are the intentions of those people? Because with Libra, we saw that it's just to dump as much as possible, regardless of the outcome for the retail.
Do we know what happened there?
We don't know 100% what happened, but again, there was an insider who paid the president of Argentina to do the post, and he was not educated about the process, about the intentions, so they did that and they dumped the token, and that's everything we know.
Okay.
And
how much of that was insiders and how much of that was snipers and outside people? Because you never know. Obviously, the founders get blamed.
I think on that level, when such a high level of people are involved, there are a lot of eyes and a lot of people around who hear about it. So you don't know how many people know about it.
Right.
So maybe the execution team even didn't plan to ruin the token in the way that it happened, but
because if you're a doxed insider, they always get blamed. And for me, I'm always thinking, why would someone just ruin their reputation?
People don't care.
Right. Maybe sometimes they don't care, but also sometimes it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like someone who's got a pretty good rep in Web3, like, are they really going to do that? But maybe sometimes they don't care. Maybe for 10 mil, they're not going to care.
There are different options. When you run the project, it's all about the decisions, and maybe they found out that a lot of the supply was sniped by someone else, and they decided to dump before them. So there are many factors that you just don't know about it.
Okay. And so Libra, the big difference was it got retweeted by the president of Argentina, probably one of the top 10 most famous people in the world, probably brought in a lot of international people, and it was the perfect setup if you want to make money off of a token, whether you're an insider or an outsider. You have all these new buyers, maybe new money, unsmart money, and then it crashed, and now there's lawsuits and
he kept posting.
But did he? Well, then he pulled the posts and posted
then
a few days
again.
later and said, he just made a mistake.
He posted right after the crash. He posted another one.
Okay.
And then he apologized.
Right. Okay. On that same note, Trump launched his token a few weeks earlier, 2 days before he took office. I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh my gosh, Trump really is a wild card, and they say that's one of his greatest negotiation tactics is because he's so unpredictable.
Yeah.
And Trump obviously skyrocketed, then Melania dropped, and I was like, this is getting weirder. What did you make of the Trump coin? Because again, they said, I think a third of the buyers there was their first time in crypto, from what they were seeing, I think, by the Solana wallets and things like that. So in one sense, it's great because it brings new people in. Now Trump, didn't dump as bad. It's down, but it's still there, and Trump's still here. I think they owned 80% of the supply. I don't think they've liquidated any. How did the Trump coin make you feel, and what did you learn from that?
I'm a huge Trump supporter, and I think his team and his sons had done a great job being on top of the news, and they just control the environment in the news, and I think it's great. So regarding the token itself, yeah, it's wild, it's crazy.
He tweeted about it 2 days ago.
Yeah. And he tweeted that, or maybe he mentioned on one of the conferences that there will be utility for the token. I think this is the way. I mean, he cannot afford to just dump the token on people. And I think this is the way for Memecoins to start introducing the utilities for the community, because again, it's all about the community and how long will it last. And that's a problem that we see in the market. It just goes down to zero very quickly, and there is no intention to build something long term.
Okay.
And I'm not even talking about utility projects. It just has to be has to involve people on a bit longer distance.
Right, has to bring the community together somehow. Could be utility, could be something else.
Yeah.
You know, let me ask you a question. Trump, before he takes office, has to divest, I think, all of his business interests. And I think, you know, Eric Trump is running all of that stuff now. But then if he's supposed to do that, how can he promote his own meme coin? Like, you know, legal-wise, it's definitely a fine line, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, I'm not an expert in U.S. law, but...
I'm not either. But it's same as the Liberty company.
So they have World Liberty Financial.
Yeah.
Which,
that is run by another sub-company.
Yes.
That is not connected to Trump. It's
right.
a separate management.
Right.
So I think this is the case for the meme coin as well. And on the other hand, SEC just said that meme coins are not an object of interest for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a month ago, they said that they will not investigate into meme coins at all because it's just a gamble.
And is that good, do you think?
It's good for the market because all the lawsuits, all of it is passed, but it's not good for the reputation.
Right.
Because it's still under-regulated and it damages the perception of what crypto is for people outside of crypto.
Yeah, although it probably would have been impossible to regulate, so it's probably better they didn't try.
Yeah.
And again, they could only do it inside the US probably. So probably better they take a step back. And I've been really happy with almost all of the SEC decisions, dropping lawsuits, and hopefully we'll have some stablecoin legislation soon coming out of Congress. These are all good things. Yeah. You know, Trump's interesting because the family is running World Liberty Financial, which is their DeFi project. Just announced their stablecoin a couple days ago. Obviously, they're doing a lot of things there. I go to the website and Trump's picture's on there as part of the team, which is wild, Donald Trump. And then it's got obviously the kids in there, Barron and Eric and Donald Jr., and then a bunch of his other members, some of the staff, like Steve Witkoff, who's the guy negotiating the truce with Russia, is there as well. And so it is a weird, I don't know, fine line of conflict of interest. But it does show us that the administration is all in on crypto. And so in that sense, I'm really happy because they're actually trying 100%. To build something. And they've been debanked as well. So I think I understand why they're going to do this. And they've been frustrated. Again, I always tell my team and my students, based on all the information coming out of the White House right now, Bitcoin should be at 125,000. It's like this is the most bullish administration on crypto. Every single day there's a new bullish announcement.
Yeah.
The stablecoin legislation should be in place in 4 months or so. Bank of America CEO says when that's in place, he's going to launch their own stablecoin. It's just like, I can't think of any more bullish news that's even possible coming out. And yet the market seems to be in this wait and see approach. Now, maybe it's because it's correlated with equities and we don't know what's going to happen with tariffs and with the conflicts, but this is super bullish for crypto. And even with all the burns and memes, for me, I feel like we're 50% lower than we should be.
100%. And obviously the reason for that is not about the crypto itself, about the environment in the world currently, politically, economically. And I think as soon as we are done with at least some of the wars, it should go up. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's get back to Momento. Say that I want to go in and be ready to trade on the next thing that's coming out of Pump.fun or the next meme coin. Or say I want to get in and trade Trump or trade some other meme coins because Trump had a little bit of a pump recently. And I'm still holding my Trump coin just because, never sell your Trump coin, is what I say. When I get in there, what are some of the things that the Momento platform can help me do? Can it help me avoid the sniping? Can it help me really understand the players involved in the background? And what are some of the tools that you're going to, give me that are going to allow me to intelligently trade these things?
Yeah, so on the analytics side, there are, like I said, 3 pillars. You can check the holders and the breakdown of the ownership of the token, and obviously that would let you better understand if large amount of tokens were sniped at the beginning of the launch. Another thing is if the token is present in the socials, you would see who's following the account, because even though there is a shift of the influencer-led marketing to community-led marketing, timing-led marketing in the Memecoins, everything is about the momentum. I don't know, the news about the what was that? The nut token, squirrel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think squirrel died or something like that. And
oh yeah.
Hundreds of nut tokens just popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, the guy had the squirrel as a pet,
yeah,
and then I think some pet agency came and took his squirrel and killed his squirrel.
Yeah.
It was like the Biden administration or something, or blamed on him. And then all of a sudden the squirrel memes popped up and started going crazy.
Yeah, and it went bonkers. And yeah, it's all about the momentum. And we're just trying to analyze the current market. And on the trading side, we build this infrastructure to provide those tools to be the fastest. And it really gives you an edge, because in the market, it's everything is about the speed of the execution, and even 1 second can be defining, because we're talking to our users every single day, because we have to update the tools that we are working on. For example, Pump.fun came out, we had to integrate it the same day, otherwise people would be just crazy because they have to buy from the Pump.fun. It's not integrated and they would leave the product. Okay. And you see those spikes of people coming into the product and then leaving just because of those small details. And you have to be very, very quick with the integrations, with the updates. And on the trading side, like I said, we're providing the fastest tools to buy and sell, to track the socials. For example, you can follow Trump, let's say, if he will release a smart contract address on his Twitter or Telegram, whatever. We would automatically snipe a certain amount that you ask us to.
Okay, I can auto snipe with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it. And that's important, because in socials, who's following a project makes a difference, right? Because that's a serious decision you can make. You can't fake that, right? And so when Trump announced, I think on Truth Social, the Trump coin, people weren't sure if it was real, if he got hacked.
Yeah.
And then it was confirmed, I think, later on something else, and then all of a sudden it started getting momentum.
It's a risk you have to count in. I mean, the hacks. You have to risk manage, as always. And again, it's very complicated for people outside of crypto who are not educated about finance, and 99% of people don't know what risk management is.
Right.
So.
And what's Pump.swap? And is it just a way of swapping?
Yeah. So
coins on?
when you're working with the tokens on Pump.fun, there is a bonding curve. You have to reach a certain market cap for it to go to the DEX. Before that, it's like security.
Okay.
And then it goes to the DEX. And before that, it went to Radium or any other Solana DEX. But now they want to control the fees as well. And they're making so much money.
So now you had to integrate their new DEX into your platform as well.
Yeah.
And because they listed on their DEX first. Mm-hmm. They allow that to happen. Okay, got it. Okay. And so I plug in with you, I get to help socials, I get to know if sniping's happening. You allow me to do some sniping of my own if I want.
Yeah.
And then I trade with you on that platform. You take a fee for all that information.
Yeah, 1% fee of all of the trading. And we're providing this infrastructure for several players in the market as well.
Okay.
Because it's...
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
There are many companies who want to provide those tools for their communities. And again, back to the utilities. Some of the meme coins want to provide the tools for trading for their communities, so the communities would pay the fees in the meme coins. So that's a good sign that they want. But we only see that with the biggest ones.
Okay. Are you going to potentially white label your platform for other meme coins to use?
We're already doing that, and that's where the majority of our profit is coming from.
Okay. Do you think Memento right now is the best trading platform for meme coins when it comes to AI-powered sniping, socials, all that information integrated to where it's the best way for people to trade?
100%. It's the fastest one, analytics-wise. It's the biggest one from the perspective of the amounts of data that we are pulling from different sources. So, yeah, I think we are for sure one of the best, because it's hard to tell that you are better as the tech is always changing and the stack is always changing and the nodes are different, and sometimes you just have more people coming in and the node is getting slower, so you just have to be very present.
Okay. Is your tech, does it apply to non-meme coins?
It is. So right now we have the Momento is built on top of Solana, and that's where all the meme coins are traded on. So we will be adding more networks, but we will see how the market changes over time, as our edge is speed. Our edge is speed, and you have to find another space where speed is the key point. Because in the NFTs it was the case, so I think after the meme coins it's going to be another direction where you have to act very quickly. Because for example in utility tokens it doesn't matter if you buy it right now or in 1 hour, the market is always there and there's nothing to chase after.
That being said, but TGEs for any coin is usually a volatile market. There's usually high volume. There's usually a lot of price action.
TGEs are happening on the C-axis. That's why it's different.
Some are, although people are moving away from those now.
Yeah. And we can see that a lot, because I launched my previous project on Bybit, on Gate, on Mexi. We paid a huge amount of money to be listed there.
Over $1 million?
Over $1 million.
When was this? 23?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened?
I mean, it's not worth it. Not worth it. And all of the founders I'm talking to right now, and we discussed it with you on our first call, the game has changed.
Let's talk about that, because I think people listening to us and watching us right now might, especially if they're newbies, might not understand the difference between a centralized exchange listing like a Bybit or a Binance or a Coinbase versus a DEX listing, which means listing it on a Uniswap or a Radium or whatever. What are the pros and cons, and what is the old way versus the new way? How would you explain that to someone?
Think of it as a publisher in gaming or in books. So if you want to get the audience outside of your own brand, you're going to.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.